Hello, and welcome to this video. We are going to talk about Nice Bus once again and the just ridiculous situation with the bus schedules. And I had a feeling that I was going to experience a really crowded bus tonight, and I did. I've been talking about this for a while, that they don't have enough westbound service going to Jamaica in the evenings on the 22 and the 24. Well, when they made the last round of schedule changes, as you know, they split the 24 up on weekends, which made the 22 more crowded as it is. But in addition to that, they now have a gap in service on the n22 on a Saturday night. So 8 o'clock out of Hicksville. The next bus after the 8 o'clock out of Hicksville isn't until 8:54. And that is the bus I took in this video that you'll see here. And it got really, really crowded because they don't have enough bus service. Again, this is a big problem. And also, we didn't leave Roosevelt Field until 9:26 because, again, all the people slowing the bus down and making it run behind schedule. And that's what I don't understand. Then after 8:54, they go back to sort of every half an hour, 9:26. Why is this big gap in service when you know a lot of people are heading back to Queens from their jobs in Nassau? Why is there a big gap in service like this on the n22? So take a look at the video, and then I'm going to be back showing you how this compares to the other routes that go into Queens. All right. We're going to talk about Nice Bus again here, because once again they aren't providing enough bus service here at Roosevelt Field, and we have a big crowd waiting for the 9:18-22 because the 22, this bus is just going out of service. That might have been the next 15. That might have been the next 15. I don't know. I was on the 15 earlier because I didn't leave Rockville Centre because it was raining. But literally, you're waiting here half an hour for the next bus, which is a long time, which is way too long. And the buses get overcrowded because they don't have enough bus service. Again, this is a big, big problem. Nice Bus refuses to listen. I've addressed this to them so many damn times about this, and they still don't. We need another bus. The 24 needs to run more often. The buses are running. They're not even running every half an hour. They're running every like 40 minutes. And so it's causing big crowds here at Roosevelt Field. Big problems. It's raining, so I was hoping to get this 918 bus, but it may be so crowded that I may not even be able to get on. I may have to wait for 24. Well, this is how bad things are here. See all the people waiting to go down to the city, to Jamaica? Alright. This Nice Bus doesn't have enough service. I better get over there because it's going to be coming. See the line. People stand out here and line up in the rain. It's ridiculous. You think I'm going to do that? There's a line already. I mean, there's not enough buses. Look at all these people that need to get to Jamaica. There's not enough buses. It's raining, so I got to go back in. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like no shelter here, too. Well, there is. I gotta go back over there. You see all these people need to get to Jamaica? Alright. This bus is gonna be crush loaded. And it's already gonna have passengers on when it pulls in. Let's get over here. So shelter here. I mean, all these people that need to get to Jamaica. Alright? Ridiculous. Middle of the island needs more bus service, but we don't count, so we're going to be overcrowded on this 22. I may just have to take the next one. It's coming in now. You can see there's already a lot of people on it. And I'm not going to get a seat because now I'm standing over here. People line up and wait in the rain. I'm not going to stand in the rain and get wet. It's going to be full. I'm going to have to wait on I'm going to have to wait on 24. So there's not going to be any seats. I can't stand. This is what goes on. This is what goes on every night at Roosevelt Field, Nice Bus, because you don't have enough bus service. This bus company sucks. They don't provide enough buses.
Yeah, you know.
That's why I'm taking a video of it.
Yeah, that company sucks. That's true. You can look at the schedule in the app.
They don't have enough buses.
Never came. No, never did it.
They don't have enough bus service.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, I may have to get on the 24. There may not be a seat. I may have to wait for the 24. I can't stand. Just gonna sit here and wait for the 24 because this bus is late. I'm gonna wait for the 24. So jammed. I'm gonna get on there. Well, actually, maybe I do. Now I need to show you how bad it is. So maybe I do need to get on this bus and show you how bad it is. Bus service. Meanwhile, the 4 and 15 are more often than less. Right? Just because it's the South Shore, we can be jammed in here like cattle. Bruce Blakeman only cares about the South Shore. He doesn't care about this. Trust me, it's not Transdev that's making these decisions. It's the county. It's the county. They're the ones that are screwing this area. See, you don't have to be any seat. I know what you're standing room only. I think I'm going to jam on that bus. This bus is already late. I'm just going to wait for the next bus at 9:36. I can jam on this bus. Let's get on this bus and show you how bad it is. I have a disability, so I'll just ask them to move because, you know, I have a right to sit in the front. See, it says priority seating for those with disabilities. So let's get on board. It's still going to be another 10 minutes after the fight.
No? No.
Alright, we're off that bus. It was jammed. The problem is, get out of there. You got people standing there. I mean, the problem is there's a 54-minute gap in service on the 22. And that's why it's like that. So there you go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's not, you know, it's bad enough that we get it from the Long Island Railroad, but of course we get it from the nice bus too. Because it's all about those people on the South Shore. And here in the middle of the island, we just don't matter. Just because. Okay, so we are back. As you saw there, it was pretty crowded, and people probably might have even gotten flagged down the line, perhaps. All right, so I don't know why they stick this nearly an hour gap in service going west. You know, it just doesn't make any sense why they're doing this. And it's only going west. Going east, they actually have more service to some extent. They have more service going east than going west, which makes no sense. And of course, we know they've cut service east of Roosevelt Field a lot on both the 22 and the 24. All right? So that's the point. So let's look at the 24 schedules here around the same time. All right? So you see the 24 is in every half an hour. So after 8:14, the next bus is 8:49. All right? That's like 40 minutes. And then after 8:49, it's 9:35. So that's 45 minutes. So it's not even every half an hour. That's not enough service because the mall closes at 9 o'clock. You have all the employees that are getting off. And, you know, we've pointed this out to NICE many, many times. You know, I've made many videos about this subject. And I hated having to take the camera out around the bus because I don't feel safe doing it. But it was the only way to really show you what the hell was going on. All right? So, I mean, it's ridiculous. So now let's go to the South Shore and look at the 4. All right? Let's go look at the 4. We'll pull out the schedule for the 4. All right? On Saturday. All right, I got to go to Saturday here. All right? So going to Jamaica. Let's see. Look, you have much more frequent service on the 4 because it's the South Shore. So 8:33, 8:59, and then after, then it starts to go to every half an hour by 9:31. All right? And then they have overnight service. So they have overnight service on the 4, which means it goes to E. When it goes to an everyday schedule, which means it's confusing, but you got to use the everyday, the E schedule part of it. And this is their overnight service. Yeah, they have overnight service. We're still waiting for overnight service in the middle of the island, and I think there's a big demand for it too. All right? But again, as I said before, we don't seem to matter in the middle of the island. It's all about the South Shore. I mean, look at all the service they get. I mean, every 20 minutes they're getting going east. I mean, compared to us, I mean, it's ridiculous. The 4 is busy. I see the 4 in Rockville Centre. It's busy. I'm not saying they don't need that service, but why aren't we getting that level of service? That's the problem. You look at a few of the other routes that go into Queens. Let's look at the 6. So I think the 6 also gets pretty decent service. But let's take a look and see if the 6 runs as often as the 4. All right, I know they got every day. So these are everyday trips, I guess, going to Jamaica. Yeah, just about every 20 minutes or so. All right. However, that's not really often enough for the 6. The 6 is a very busy route. So they need to boost the levels of service at night on a lot of these routes. But again, at least the 6 runs around the clock. Again, the 24 and the 22 do not run around the clock, and they need to run around the clock, but they don't. We're still waiting for that service improvement. We're still waiting for it. And, of course, don't even get me started on the 4041 because we know the 4041 doesn't run often enough. I mean, it's a very, very crowded route, and they don't provide enough service. This is just Monday through Friday. You could see after 641, going out of Freeport, the next bus is 714, 744, 814. I mean, the 15 has more service than the 4. Go to the 15. You see all the service the 15 gets. We all know what the hell is going on here. I'm not stupid. We all know there are certain favorite areas in this county, and they get better bus service just because. The 15 gets excellent service. I mean, you look at the 15 here, and I mean, there's a bus every 15 minutes for a lot of the time, during the week. And on Saturdays, it's every half an hour. All right? But look at how late the 15 runs in comparison to all these other routes that I showed you. I mean, it's just so obvious what's going on here. It really, really is. It really is very, very blatant what's happening. And, all the service improvements have gone to the South Shore. Look at the 3132. It's another route that goes into Queens here because I'm trying to show mostly the routes that go into Queens here. And I'm sure they have pretty frequent service, too, on a Saturday night. Let's see. Going out to, I guess it would be in the other direction, going to Far Rockaway. Let's see. Yeah, they got a bus every half an hour just about here. Let's see. This is the 3132 to Far Rockaway. So, yeah, they get a bus every half an hour, 75. And then after 75, it goes to 840. And then it's hourly going to Far Rockaway. I don't think this carries as many people at that time. I think more people are going back to Hempstead. So going back to Hempstead, you have every half an hour. Every half an hour up until 9 o'clock, and then it's 9:40 out of Far Rockaway. All right, so again, they're seeing better bus. Everybody's seeing better bus service than the 22 and the 24. The 22 and the 24 have been decimated under Nice Bus. Decimated. All right. Lastly, we'll go to the 20G. That's another route that goes to Queens. Let's see. I know they've made some service improvements on this route as well. Of course, they do it like this, so it's very hard for me to read what they're doing here. I'm looking for Saturday night here, going westbound. This is really, really, I'm trying to look to see. This is really confusing here. All right, so this is the... I can't even read that. This is so confusing. So, we're just going to have to do it this way because it's just too confusing. So let's look at westbound Saturday on the 20G. Or just do it this way because it's just too... the way they did that, it's just too confusing. So let's see. 850, 920, 815. Here's a long 734, 815. I mean, this is a 45-minute gap in service here. 734, 659, 7. There's not enough buses going back to Flushing at this hour. So you see what's going on, and then the last bus is 1110. You see what's going on here. It's so obvious the favoritism that's going on. It's so freaking blatant what's going on. And don't even get me started on the nice Mini, which we're still You know, we're just going to go here, the nice mini, of course. Let's go to the nice mini. New rideshare service for the South Shore. Yeah, the rest of the county is still waiting for that. It's still waiting for that. All right? But I don't think it's Transdev's fault. I don't think they're in control here. All right? I don't think that this is being done because Transdev is saying this needs to be done. No, all this discrimination started when Bruce Blakeman became the county executive. That's when it all started. That's when it all started, when this guy here became the county executive. This is exactly what's going on. He only cares about the South Shore, those preppy white people and their enclaves. He doesn't give a crap about the diversity areas in this county. It's so obvious. This guy is just unbelievable. So I'm actually not blaming Nice Bus here. I think they're under orders by this guy, Bruce Blakeman. Because, you know, he loves to order people around, you know. It's not like Laura Curran where people had their own autonomy. This guy has control over everything in this county, all right? He almost runs this county like a dictator, all right? He has control over everything. I mean, he wants to, you know, from you know, trying to ban LGBTQ people from participating in sports to all these other things going on in this county. I remember when he became the county executive. He said, "We're not going to recommend masks anymore." I remember that. It was still in the pandemic. You know, we're not going to recommend masks. And the guy who's the commissioner of health actually had to stand there with his mask off, and you know, basically because Bruce Blakeman was telling him what to do. Because Bruce Blakeman is a lot like Donald Trump. They both want to be dictators. All right, so this guy's got to get thrown out if this county has any hope of ever becoming a livable place for those of us who are in a certain demographic. But unless that happens, then we are going to be driven out. He is driving us out. These things are just ridiculous. You got to be on the South Shore. That's it. You got to be in the chosen ones on the South Shore. Otherwise, it just doesn't matter. You know, it's unbelievable what's going on. So thank you for watching this video. But I had to talk about this because, again, Nice Bus is now discriminating against the middle of the island and the North Shore and favoritism for the South Shore. But like I said, I don't think it's Transdev's fault. I don't think they're the ones calling these shots. I think it's from the county. I really do. And it's disgraceful. County Executive Bruce Blakeman and the entire Nassau County Legislature, you all are despicable. Thank you for watching.